Morning, it's Patsy. Look at me red nose. I've got sunburnt on my nose, sunburned on me knuckles on my hand and my feet. So I feel like I'm burning up. It was cloudy yesterday. I mean, I've had a red nose for ages anyway. It was quite cloudy yesterday and I thought, oh, I'll be okay. Went out in it and my nose is so sore, and my feet. And yeah, so you have to excuse my nose. I'm going to try and stay in for a couple of days now to try and calm it down, because every time I go out, it just gets redder and redder, even though I'm putting sun cream on. I'm going to either have to get a stronger sun cream or just keep out of the sunlight anyway. So anyways, hope you've all had a good weekend. Mine was good, hectic with the grandchildren, but it was fun. So the reason I'm coming on today is last week I watched a walkthrough of a deck used by Nina at Shuffle Tarot, and I really liked this deck that she showed. It wasn't something that I'd probably thought of, but I saw it and I thought, oh, that looks really good. So I ordered it. It came Friday. I had a quick look at it, but then the grandchildren arrived, so I haven't really had not had a chance to work with it or even look at it properly. And it's the Saints and Mystics reading cards, and it's by Andre and Gracia, I think that's how you pronounced it. And it says illustrated by Wesley Souza. Beautifully illustrated 36 card deck brings to life the stories and mystical knowledge of some of history's most fascinating spiritual and mystical figures. From Nostradamus and Marie Laveau to St. Jude, Isaac Newton and St. Sebastian, each card unlocks key facts about these inspiring men and women, along with psychic tips to connect to their great wisdom and eternal spirits. Andre Angracia is a psychic medium who has developed unique mystical practices that have been influenced by his Spanish-Mexican ancestry of psychics and Brujas. And it's by Rockpool Publishing. So there we go. So it's one of the the clip things, what goes over like that. Get a good book with it. We'll have a look at that in a sec. And then you get your 36 cards all in this little pocket there. So we'll take that out and put that down, then we'll have a look at the book. I ain't even opened the book, so let's have a look. The book has a little picture in colour, and then it gives you some history of that person, the oracle meaning, whether it's on emotionally, spiritually or consciously, and then it has an invocation. There is some spreads, a single card reading, a saints reading, a mystics reading, and a saints and mystics cross spread. How to use the cards, an introduction, and then it's just all the cards right up until the back. So that's what you get in the book. Now the cards come in backings with two different colours. Let me just separate them. So we have this one. That's one of the backings, and that is for the saints. The saints have this gold backing with like an angel wings on them, and then the mystics have the blue backing. So you've got the two different backings like that. So that's how they're split into two. So we'll have a look at the saints cards first. They're the Rockpool Publishing, so they are that glossy, but they don't feel too glossy actually. Excuse me, I'm really thirsty this morning. Yeah, they're not too glossy, they're not sticking. They're Rockpool Publishing, these reading cards, they're quite thin, but they're not too bad at all. So we got St. Anthony with the keyword of reclaim. We have St. Barbara with a keyword empowerment. St. Christopher for soul journey. St. Expedite for what's that? Immediacy. St. Francis for healing. It's a gorgeous card. St. Joan of Arc for conviction. St. Joseph for divine creation. St. Joseph Bakita for release. Josephine, did I say Joseph? It's Josephine. If I said Joseph, I apologise. St. Jude for saving grace. St. Lucy for fierce strength. One of my daughters is called Lucy, and she's got a fierce strength. Saint Martha for authority. Saint Martin Caballero for spiritual pilgrimage. Saint Mary MacKillop for life lessons. Saint Paul for sacred visions. Santa Merte for holy death. There's a cool card for you, look. Saint Sebastian for resilience. Saint Teresa for divine ecstasy. That's the picture on the front of the box. And Saint Valentine for divine love. So that's all the saints that you get in the deck. And then in the mystics we have, we'll go this way, Aristotle for idealism. Carl Jung for collective unconsciously. Oops, I don't know if you could see that. There we go. So that's for the collective unconscious. Confucius for wisdom. I love that one. Dion Fortune for ceremony. Edgar Cayce for messages. Emanuel Swedenborg for spirituality. Florence Scovel Shinn for intuition. Harry Houdini for mastery. Helena Blavatsky for initiations. Isaac Newton for discovery. King Solomon for legacy. Leonardo da Vinci for inspiration. Maria Laveau for respect. It's a gorgeous image. Maya Deren for immersion. I don't know if I'm saying these names right. I've not heard of some of them. Michael de Nostradame for premonitions. Plato for student of the universe. Socrates for divine connection. And the last one is William Blake for creative channel. There we go. So that's the ones of the mystics. So like I said, you get 2 piles. And you can, it says in the book, like some of the decks, you know, oh, let's have a look what it says. Let's have a look. That some of the I can't find them now. I was looking. There we go. It's like for sorry about that. That was my phone cut me off. So yeah. So like I said, certain readings you just use in the like for the saints reading, you're just using the saints part of the deck, and for the mystics reading you're just doing it for them with the mystic cards. For the saints it says take the saints and draw out 4 cards alongside one another to give clarity and guidance from the saints working with you. This spread will assist you in discovering answers from the higher perspective of your questions, and the mystic reading spread by just using the mystics card, doing exactly the same, drawing the 4 cards, place each card horizontally left to right, and for intuitive insight and direction from the mystics of history working with you in the physical and astral realm of your question. So you can split it in, and then like the cross you've got like using the both cards. So you can either use just part of the deck by using the mystic cards, or you can use the other side of the decks for the saints card, or you can mix them together. So let's have a bit of a shuffle, and we'll have a look, see what sort of thing you get with one card. We'll just pull the one card and see what kind of information that we get with them, and just kind of see the sort of information of what you get with that person, and then what kind of reading you get with that particular card. So I'll just pull one. Okay, and we pulled a saint. Let's have a look what the saint is. Saint Anthony. Reclaim. So let's have a look. That was the first card, wasn't it? Saint Anthony. The first saint. And it says here, saint, a person acknowledged as holy or virtuous and regarding a Christian faith of being in heaven after death. A very virtuous, kind or patient person. So let's have a look. Saint Anthony, patron saint of lost articles and hidden secrets, and the feast day is June the 13th. Portuguese-born Saint Anthony of Padua, Italy, was a Catholic priest and friar of the Franciscan order during the 13th century. Anthony worked closely with Saint Francis of Assisi, and, like Francis, is known for the fierce protective nature for the vulnerable, particularly children and the poor. Saint Anthony reminds you not to shy away from difficult challenges and is working from the spirit world to locate and bring back that which has been lost or stolen. He aids tirelessly restoring energy to those who have lost memories, passion and power, and is extremely diligent in working with or missing person cases. So the oracle meaning on an emotional level is Saint Anthony pulls us up from deep slumber and encourages spirit to move with purpose and passion. Spiritually, Saint Anthony activates and magnifies the third eye chakra to see through distractions and false visions. He also works on his feet and hand chakras to allow his energy to move between the physical and psychic worlds and bring clarity and resolutions to light. Anthony calls back lost fragments of your energy that has been torn, pulled or lost during the day and throughout your life, and reintegrates them softly back into your luminous energy field again. Consciously, be it physical, psychic, emotional or otherwise, Saint Anthony reminds us that all that seems lost can be replaced by something greater than imagined or found again in divine timing. And then when petitioning to Saint Anthony, remember not to offer drink of alcohol, not offer coins either. Remembering his vows of poverty, he accepts bread, candles, incense and white flower lilies. He also comes through to aid insomniacs find peaceful sleep and soothes nervous energy in the body. He does not aid those who aim to steal and cannot be invoked to harm others. Saint Anthony of Padua is generous spirit and will answer petitions and prayers from everyone. However, his patronage extends closely to orphans, the elderly, seekers, shop owners, people of indigenous heritage and spiritual searchers. In the invocation it says, "What seems is lost, I come to find. With Saint Anthony's aid, crossed ties unbind." So that's what you get for each of the cards. So you get a little bit about them, different ways to read it, and then how to call upon that particular saint or mystic, and then a bit of an invocation. So yeah, so that's the deck. I'm quite looking forward to working with that. It's something completely different that I wouldn't normally be drawn to, but yeah, looking forward to using that. So that is the deck that I wanted to show you, and it's the Saints and Mystics reading cards by Andrea Engracia, and it's by Rockpool Publishing. So there we go, that's that deck, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye for now.